folks, Carol Ann here at sassytownhouseliving.com, and today I wanted to share with you a few products I've been enjoying as well as some great tips. I'd like to start off with one of my favorite body lotions. I've been using Body Drench for years and it's just incredible. There's really nothing like it. It softens your skin. It smells like nothing on the market. It almost smells, I want to say baby fresh, but that's not exactly it because it doesn't have that baby powder smell, but it's a very crisp and clean smell, and it's so great at moisturizing. There's really nothing like it in terms of any other creams that I've tried. It's deeply moisturizing. It's got a pretty good price point. I think it's around $8, and most of the time I find it on sale in places like Sally's Beauty Supply. I don't find it in places like Walmart or Target. They just don't brand this item there, but it is definitely sold at Sally's. And do yourself a favor and grab a bottle because it's really incredible. And again, the aroma is, it's hard to describe on a video, but it's nothing like anything I've ever smelled before. It's very crisp and clean, and it doesn't conflict with your perfumes either, which is really a very important feature, because many times I've used body creams and they get in the way of my fragrance, and that's not good either. So yes, definitely try Body Drench. They have a few different flavors. I like the original. That's my favorite one. So that's number one. The second thing is that I've been using and loving for quite some time now is, it's called It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In Conditioner, and it's been flooding YouTube for quite some time now. I've used it probably for the past year. And what it is it's a leave-in conditioner, and this is the light formula. This is also a deluxe trial size that I got. I got a few of them from some beauty boxes, so I want to make sure to use them up, but I have bought the full size, and I absolutely love this. I don't like putting product in my hair. I have very straight hair and it's not colored, so I don't need a lot of product. Product just weighs my hair down, and that's one of the reasons why I really like It's a 10. It's very light, it detangles your hair, it removes any static, flyaways, issues like that. So yeah, this is a product I've been using and enjoying, and I highly recommend. It's called It's a 10. You can find this in Target for sure. That's where I purchased my last full size. So definitely love that. The other product I wanted to talk to you about is these CVS facial wipes. Now, one of the reasons why I enjoy using these, let me grab, sorry about that, let me grab the package that's not open so you can see exactly what it looks like. And one of the reasons that I really enjoy the CVS brand for cleansing and makeup removal is, aside from the product itself, is the packaging. It has this flip top cap, and it's so easy to get to them. A lot of the more expensive brands actually don't come with this flip top. They come with like a plastic piece that you have to pull back, and I find that I'm spending twice the price on facial cleansing wipes for these designer names, and they're drying out and they're really becoming useless after a month or less of owning them. So as you can see in one that I already have opened, they're so moist and they're just as fresh as if I opened the package. And they don't burn my eyes. They're gentle on the face. They're pretty durable too, as you could see. I mean, there's no pulling them apart. It's almost like a washcloth, like a little disposable washcloth. And all you need to do is wipe your eyes and face with it to remove your makeup. Now, of course, I don't use these to remove like waterproof mascara, but what I do is, like, I'll clean everything on my face with the exception of my eyelashes, and then I take a regular makeup remover that does remove like waterproof mascara or something tougher that's more difficult to get off, like certain eyeliners that have specific staying power, will not be wiped off very easily with these, but they do work great. They're half the price, and I highly recommend them, and they don't burn my eyes, which is a huge feature. So you could get 2 of these in CVS, generally for around $5. So that's 2 big packages of 30 cleansing towels each, and that's less than what you would pay for 30 like Neutrogena wipes or Olay wipes or any other like high-end brands. So definitely love these, definitely recommend them. The other thing that I've been absolutely loving, come on, focus, okay, is these little pods, and they're called steropods. I don't know if you could see that on there, but they're for your toothbrush. They're caps. And all you do is every time you finish brushing your teeth, you cover your toothbrush. I mean, how cool is that? The other amazing feature about this little steropod is it does indeed sterilize your toothbrush for up to, I think, 2 months. So every time you're covering your toothbrush, there's a little strip or something in there that actually disinfects and sanitizes your toothbrush. I love these. I got one for every member of the family, and now we're addicted to them. I think they come 2 in a pack for around $5, which is not bad for what you're getting in return for sterilizing your toothbrush. And I did get these at Walmart. I'm sure they're sold in other places as well, but I definitely am a big fan of these. And when my toothbrush is not covered with one, it freaks me out. I feel like, oh my God, the germs. So you definitely want to make sure that you're protecting you and your family by using these steropods. They're just the best. Okay, the next tip that I wanted to bring you, well, first I'm going to show you some products that I use to clean my makeup brushes, okay? You can get any brush cleaner and clean your brushes with them, and they basically do the same thing. Some are better than others, obviously, but this is one that I purchased. I actually purchased this in TJ Maxx. It was a brand I never heard of, but I wanted to see the difference between a brand like this and a brand like MAC from MAC Makeup that I use. I think MAC charges about $8 for theirs, and it's about the same size. This was $6, so a little bit cheaper, and honestly, it cleaned exactly the same as my MAC brush cleaners do. So we all know how important it is to keep our makeup brushes clean. You want to make sure you clean them at least once a week. I've got to admit, I'm not always doing them once a week, but I really try to get to them at least once a week. And here's another one that I purchased by Sonia Kashuk, and I love this one too. And this one I think was far less. This one was definitely a better price point, the one by Sonia Kashuk. Works exactly the same as the one that I found in TJ Maxx. Any of the liquid type of brush cleaners I've found from benchmarking them work pretty much the same. They all have spray nozzles as well. What I like to do is fill up a little Dixie cup with about this much, maybe a quarter of an ounce worth of makeup cleaner, and swirl my brush in there, and then just wipe it with a damp cloth and keep it clean and sterile. The others are of a solid nature. This is by a company called the London Brush Company, and I do use this and think it's awesome. It lasts forever, and what you do is you take your makeup brush, you wet this, as you can see, I've used it quite a bit, and you wet the surface of this and then roll your brush around it, and all of the dirt and debris come right off your brush, and then you could actually just rinse this out in cool water and it's nice and clean again. So the solid ones are terrific too. This one in particular by the London Brush Company is fabulous. It just is lasting forever. I must have this well over a year. The other one that I purchased is from Beauty Blender, and last week or two I did a post on 10 essential tools that I use for makeup, and the Beauty Blender was in there. And the Beauty Blender is absolutely fabulous. I recommend you go check out that post on my blog, sassytownhouseliving.com. Beauty Blender needs to be cleaned a lot. That's the only thing about Beauty Blender that I find any negative about. But if you buy their cleaner, it's a solid again, and you wet the surface, you rub the Beauty Blender in here, give it a good rinse or two with some hot water or warm water, and just rinse this off to keep it clean, and this works like a charm. I've also found that I can use this to clean my makeup brushes with. It works just as good as the one that I bought specifically for cleaning my brushes from the London Brush Company. Solids are great. It really depends on what you're cleaning, what type of brush you're cleaning, and what your preference is, but I like both. The other key feature that I wanted to talk to you about was alcohol, okay, in keeping your brushes clean. Now, I created this little spritz bottle, and I named it with a P-Touch label maker on the front so that I wouldn't accidentally squirt this anywhere near my eyes or face, thinking that it was toner, or have someone else do the same thing. So you always want to label anything that is clear and you have no clue what it is. So if someone picked this bottle up, they'd be like, gee, what's in here? But now they know. So what I do with this mister is every time I use my makeup brushes, I spritz them very lightly with alcohol. And I just read an article. The reason why I'm making a point out of bringing this to you today is I read an article on the news that a woman borrowed a powder brush or a makeup brush from her best friend, and she caught MRSA, which is a very deadly staph infection, and ended up paralyzed in a wheelchair and is fighting for her daily life every day. I think she's recovering now slowly. She's starting to walk again, but point being, you always want to make sure that your brushes are clean. If you're putting them to your face, you need to be cleaning them. So make sure that you use your brush cleaners, and when you don't use your brush cleaners, give them a spritz with some alcohol in between, because I think that alcohol is a great protectant. If you're a little too lazy to clean your brushes that day, just make sure that you give them a good spritz with some alcohol. It's a good habit to get into in general, to just spray your makeup too. There's times when I don't use my eyeshadows a lot, like certain colors, and when I open it, I just lightly spritz it with some alcohol, and there you go, and it kills 99 point whatever percentage it is of bacteria. So be careful, ladies. Make sure that you're cleaning your makeup brushes, and make sure that you don't borrow anyone's makeup brushes too. Thanks so much for watching, and please be sure to visit my blog at sassytownhouseliving.com and subscribe, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much, and have a great